Alcaraz admits shoulder discomfort but downplays it. It's better to treat it. Carlos Alcaraz continues moving steadily towards his third consecutive Wimbledon final, where he wants to be next Sunday, July 13, to repeat his successes of 2023 and 2024, when he won the final match both times against Serbian Novak Djokovic. After defeating Andrei Rublev in 4 sets in the round of 16, the Mercian admitted he felt some discomfort in his right shoulder, but downplayed the issue, understandable given his performance on court, where he pushed himself to hit hard and serve at a high level. Alcaraz hit as many as 22 aces against the Russian. Today I felt a slight discomfort during warm-up. It's always better to treat it and see what happens. Then I felt very good, very comfortable. Reaching the quarterfinals playing my best match gives a lot of confidence to keep going and improve the things we need to improve. The confidence of playing better is always positive, said Carlos at his press conference. After 4 matches, we can finally serve like today. Now I'm very eager to keep it up, he added about his serve, which got him out of tough spots more than once during the match. Andrei is one of the most powerful players we have on the circuit, with that forehand and that serve. He pushes you to the limit, side to side. It's very difficult to play against him, but I played very smart, moving very well, said the Mercian. Tennis is a sport where everything can change in one point. You have to stay mentally strong throughout the match. I knew I was going to play better than in the first set and take advantage of the opportunities. I think the break in the second set changed everything and I started feeling more comfortable, said Alcaraz, who will face Briton Cameron Norrie in the quarterfinals on Tuesday. Alcaraz will return to the Saudi Millions tournament. The Six Kings Slam confirms its participants. The spotlight of tennis will once again point to Riyadh in mid-October. The artificial tournament called the Six Kings Slam, wrapped in holograms and, especially, millions of euros, will hold its second edition this year and will again distribute a shower of money, 1.5 million euros to each participant and 6 million to the player who lifts the trophy. Jannik Sinner was the lucky one last season. The exhibition shines thanks to the exclusivity of its lineup. Only 6 players are included. The aforementioned Sinner, Alcaraz, Djokovic, Zverev, Draper, and Fritz are the 6 players who will compete in the Arab country. The tournament will take place from October 15 to 18, sandwiched between the Shanghai Masters 1000 and the last European swing of the season. The culmination of the season will again be the ATP Finals. From the last Six Kings Slam to this one, some names are missing. The main one is Rafa Nadal, who obviously won't compete in Riyadh due to his retirement. Holger Rune and Medvedev also won't take part, both out of the ATP top 6. Their spots will be taken by the aforementioned Zverev, Draper, and Fritz. Only Sinner, Alcaraz, and Djokovic will repeat their appearance. The financial reward is the engine of the young tournament. Carlitos made it clear last season, if I say I went just to have fun, to play tennis without thinking about money, I'd be lying. Everyone works for money. That's life. I love playing tennis and most of the time I don't think about the money. I play for the love of tennis, to have fun. But let's be realistic, you also play to earn money. This tournament had the highest prize, reflected Juan Carlos Ferrero's student about the Six Kings Slam. Meanwhile, Alcaraz flourishes on the Wimbledon grass, now truly so after defeating a volatile opponent. Rublev kneels, 6-7, 6-3, 6-4, 6-4, and waves the white flag after playing a very solid match, but one that wasn't enough to stop Carlitos, who advances to the quarterfinals without fireworks, but with solidity. Still short of reaching his most dominant form, the Mercian is managing to raise his level enough to keep advancing. For now, no one can stop the champion. Alcaraz's elegant response to Kyrgios, it's funny coming from him. The ups and downs of Ferrero's knee from the bench reflected his student's performance, highs and lows. The highs eventually prevailed, and Carlos Alcaraz, after neutralizing Struff's hammer-like shots, sealed a 6-1, 3-6, 6-3, 6-4 victory to book his spot in Wimbledon's round of 16. The Mercian overcame the German's trap with a great serve, flat shots, and solid net play. Struff fits the profile of a good grass court player, but it wasn't enough to beat an Alcaraz who is increasingly mature on grass. The German can attest to that. This version of Carlitos plays with more control than the one he faced back in 2022, also at Wimbledon. That battle went to 5 sets and lasted over 4 hours. Alcaraz knew that Friday's task wouldn't be easy against the veteran, but he handled it better than back then. After surviving Struff's hammering, Alcaraz also brushed aside the recent harsh criticism from Kyrgios. A player whose condition is leaning towards ex-player, and who makes more noise with a microphone than with a racket. His latest show is directly related to the Mercian and the way he approaches his career. I choose Sinner because Alcaraz loves girls. He could get distracted, go out partying too much. Meanwhile, Sinner is more stable, said Kyrgios about Alcaraz. To which Carlitos, with elegance, responded after beating Struff, I saw his comments, they're funny coming from him. It doesn't surprise me. Everyone has their own point of view, said the Mercian. We've seen over the years that Sinner has fewer ups and downs than I do. I've always said that it's something I'm working on, but Jannik doesn't have as many ups and downs. He always plays very good tennis from beginning to end, and for me it's a bit harder. It has nothing to do with the nightlife, although obviously I like to have fun. But they're funny comments that I laugh at sometimes, he added. Kyrgios jokes about Alcaraz and Rajakanus' relationship. I think it's a love triangle. Carlos Alcaraz and Emma Raducanu are forming the it couple at Wimbledon 2025. Their relationship is creating a buzz and has reached tennis experts, like Nick Kyrgios, who joked about a love triangle involving Jack Draper as the third point of the trendy duo. Social media lights up every time Carlos Alcaraz and Emma Raducanu interact, and that buzz has reached tennis analysts like Kyrgios on TalkSport. The Aussie, known for his quirky sense of humor, commented on the off-court storyline at Wimbledon 2025, the duo of the Spaniard and the Brit. I think it's a love triangle between Carlos Alcaraz, Emma Raducanu, and Jack Draper. On the matter, Kyrgios said, I think it's a love triangle between Carlos Alcaraz, Emma Raducanu, and Jack Draper, according to statements quoted by Mirror. They're fighting over Raducanu, I'm not sure, he added jokingly about Alcaraz and Draper. Speaking more seriously, Kyrgios added, I don't know who's making her happy. According to the Australian, tennis fans love a love story and love trying to pair them up, referring to how many fans constantly link Carlos Alcaraz and Emma Raducanu as a couple. Carlos Alcaraz gives a lesson to student Oliver Tarvett, avoiding another scare at Wimbledon. Carlos Alcaraz's path to his third consecutive Wimbledon title continues smoothly after his second-round win over Englishman Oliver Tarvett. The local player, with college experience from the University of San Diego, gave the Mercian a fight in the second set, but eventually fell 6-1, 6-4, 6-4 as the Spaniard shifted gears. Coming from college, Tarvett entered as world number 719, an arguably misleading position due to his limited pro tournament experience despite solid collegiate credentials. As a wildcard, he made it through the qualifying rounds and stunned Swiss player Leandro Riti in the first round. Carlos Alcaraz wasn't about to allow an upset from the start, aware that up to 4 top 10 players had lost in the first round of this Wimbledon edition. Alexander Zverev, Lorenzo Musetti, Holger Rune, and Daniil Medvedev all crashed out early, a clear warning to the rest. Alcaraz left no room for surprises in the opener. The ATP World number 2 had also battled hard in a thriller against Fabio Fognini, and he made it clear from the outset that he wasn't planning to suffer against a rookie. In the first set, the El Palmer native dominated his opponent with a clear 6-1, as the Brit barely held his second serve and failed to convert any break points, despite having chances. The second set told a different story. Oliver Tarvett showed that, as a good student, he came well prepared. The Englishman won his opening service game and surprised Alcaraz with a break on his 9th opportunity to go up 2-0, igniting a crowd eager to see one of their own triumph despite their admiration for the Spaniard. Tarvett even surprised his opponent with a vamos, showing himself to be a Rafa Nadal fan. That was enough motivation for the two-time Wimbledon champ to step up and break back at love, making it 2-1. The score stayed tight until 4-4. After which Carlitos asserted himself with 2 dominant games to close the set 6-4 and head into the third with more calm. The final set began evenly, until a break by Alcaraz made it 4-3. Oliver Tarvett didn't give in and held his last service game to the crowd's delight, but the Spaniard didn't falter and stamped his name into the Wimbledon third round. Novak Djokovic can't hold back and confirms it about Carlos Alcaraz. No one expected it. Djokovic reveals an unexpected detail about the final Carlos Alcaraz played a few days ago at Wimbledon. Novak Djokovic will debut this Tuesday at the All England Club with the aim of conquering his 25th Grand Slam. The Serb is chasing his 8th Wimbledon title, a tournament where he's always shown his best level. Expectations are sky high, and everyone awaits a stellar performance from the current world number 1. Before his first match, Djokovic reflected on the final of the last Grand Slam, played between Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner at Roland Garros. The Serb admitted that he couldn't watch the beginning of the match due to family commitments. He was out with his family, but his companions insisted on returning home to watch the final. The intensity of an unforgettable match. When he finally started watching the match, Djokovic said he went from being neutral to deeply emotional. At first, He wasn't rooting for anyone and was just watching as a fan. But soon he got so into the match that he began to sweat and feel a lot of tension. Djokovic called it one of the best matches he's ever seen, highlighting the impressive physical and mental quality of both players. According to him, it was an unforgettable clash that showed extraordinary tennis. His respect and admiration for the new generation are more than evident. For the Serbian player, seeing such intense duels is a source of motivation. He clarified that he doesn't feel envy, but rather a strong desire to compete in such demanding matches again. That excitement drives him to keep training and fighting to remain at the top of the sport. Wimbledon, the perfect stage for a new chapter. The new generation of tennis stars, led by Alcaraz and Sinner, is delivering a spectacle worthy of the sport's legends. Djokovic sees in them an opportunity to keep raising the level of global tennis. He himself hopes to be part of those thrilling 5-set encounters once more. With this mindset, Djokovic arrives at Wimbledon hungry for victories and with his ambition intact. His experience and ability to face big challenges make him one of the favorites. The Grand Slam season is in full swing, and fans are eagerly awaiting his debut on tennis's greatest stage. Djokovic, favorite at Wimbledon, it's my best chance to win the 25th Grand Slam. The Serb can never be ruled out for any title fight, least of all at the London tournament, where he's reached 6 straight finals, losing the last 2 to Alcaraz. Novak Djokovic is the last active member of the Big Three that included him, Nadal, and Federer. At 38, he remains on tour and plans to continue at least until the 2028 Olympic Games. He's not at his best phase in tennis, struggles to impose himself on rivals, and in some tournaments has been knocked out early. He seems slightly behind in rhythm compared to Sinner and Alcaraz. Even so, he keeps breaking records, has won every tournament in the world, and has racked up 100 titles in his career, including a record 24 Grand Slams and 40 ATP Masters 1000 trophies. Now Wimbledon is approaching, where he's won the trophy 7 times, including 4 in a row. You can never count him out of any title run, especially not on grass. He's played 6 straight finals there since 2018. In the last 2, 2023, 2024, he was defeated by Alcaraz. Djokovic knows Wimbledon 2025 might be his last train to win his 25th Grand Slam and pull ahead of Nadal's 22. Wimbledon could be my best chance to win the 25th Grand Slam due to the results I've had here, plus how I feel and how I've been playing here in recent years, declared the Balkan player in L'Équipe.